Hello everybody and welcome back to Magna Carta 2. In this video we are going to be infiltrating the Werewolves hideout and taking on the Werewolf Boss. This has been our next quest objective for a little while, but of course we took a little bit of time to do some side questing. I said in the last video that I would probably recommend being around level 11 or 12. I'm level 10, however I have given myself a little bit of an advantage. I've also set up my party. I'm going to be using Juto, Argo, and Zephy. And you may or may not be able to see the very colorful weapon that's on Zephy's back. That is one of the DLC weapons, and I wasn't going to use them outside of grinding. However, what I'm going to do is set my character's AI. So I'm going to make it so that Zephy is going to be doing primarily healing. And I'm going to have Argo support me, and I'm going to be controlling Juto. So that way I'm going to be able to have a little bit of a time advantage with Zephy doing a little bit of damage here and there, because this next fight isn't particularly difficult. It can just be really time consuming at a low level, and so I would like to save as much time as I can in the Let's Play in order to just kind of speed things along. So with all that said and done, I've gone ahead and saved outside of the lair using the pillar, which I recommend. And once you're ready, you can go ahead and move on right into the hideout.
You know, no one's ever glad to see us.
Be careful, Juto. Werewolves are extremely vicious.
That much is obvious, I'd say.
Wow, that's our princess. I haven't seen her in action for a long time.
Zephy, are you injured?
I'm fine. I got a little careless there.
What just happened?
Zephy's signature technique. The hero Strauss's blood flows in the veins of the Berlinet royal family. They say that Strauss was a gifted wizard who was born to a human and a Carta.
That's why there are the occasional throwbacks born into the royal family. You know, people born with special abilities, like the ones Lord Strauss exhibited. I myself possess the ability that you saw me use just now, but for some unknown reason, I still can't fully control it. I have the ability to initiate extremely powerful wizardry, but just not all the time.
Even so, if it weren't for that power, I doubt that we would have been able to defeat Elgar that one time.
You defeated Elgar? You, Princess?
Just the one time. But I'm afraid Elgar is still alive, even though I mortally wounded him when we fought. Back then, if I had only defeated him once and for all.
I'll be the one to defeat Elgar. That's the reason I joined the Southern Forces.
Oh, don't make me throw those words back in your face someday. The way I hear it, you defeated the Guardian. But judging from today's fight, you don't look that tough to me. Did that really happen?
Crosal, will you please stop trying to provoke him?
Yes, ma'am. You have such a soft spot for this guy, Princess.
Grossel, your personality is the issue here.
I give credit where it's due, if they deserve it.
Excuse me?
Leave it at that. All right now. The werewolf leader should be up ahead.
Okay, so once Grossel and Juto are done bickering, you'll see that we have a field of werewolves to defeat. So, these werewolves are all level 9, and if you manage to chain your attacks together, work together as a team, and if you have grinded a little bit, then these guys aren't so bad. They only give you about 31 experience, which is half of what fighting the claw beasts will give you, but because there are so many, I do recommend taking them out. Most of them can be ignored, but if the scenario ever came up where they all attacked you at once while you were trying to defeat the werewolf boss, then that would be pretty devastating, I would think. So just make your way through slowly and defeat these guys. And as you can see, with Zephy attacking every once in a while, she's going to do a lot of damage, and that's just going to shave off a little bit of time for us. Once you enter this area, you will not be able to go back. You can see that there is some sort of wall that will not allow us to pass until we have defeated the werewolf boss, which is why I recommended making that save just outside by the pillar there. If you are controlling Juto while you're defeating these guys, he will be able to use his counter ability, which will allow him to take the armor off some of these werewolves. And that is going to make the fights a lot easier, because once their armor has been stripped, they will be susceptible to more damage, and that's going to make it even easier for you to defeat these enemies. Now, I don't think I really forgot any other sort of strategy. It's pretty basic stuff. And once you make your way through the pack, the werewolf leader is going to be right in the middle. And you'll be able to tell which one he is because he's a little bit bigger than the regular werewolf variant. We only have a couple more to go. Zephy was able to level up, but I don't think I'll be able to level up anybody else with the little amount of experience that I'm getting.
I should still be able to fight with this.
But it's a pretty open environment, all things considered. If you're having troubles or you're getting swarmed, you could easily go into movement mode and lure the werewolves over to a more secluded location to get them to fight you as well. And now that all of those guys are defeated, we can see that the werewolf boss is over here by this little hut area? I don't really know what to call that, but we're going to be fighting him soon. And like I said, not a whole lot of strategy with him involved. As you can see, he's a lot bigger, and he does have a special ability that he can use, which will cause hundreds of damage. So I do recommend having Zephy in the party to heal you if needed, and if not, you can use healing seeds or any other healing item that you have. And here I'm probably going to take the opportunity to try and do a little bit of chaining, if I can. I prefer to chain with Grossel and Juto, just because Grossel is a little bit faster, but that's okay. Argo, if he's close enough, will do the job.
What's this?
Plunder that the werewolves stole from the southern forces. Damn. I can't believe it's this bad.
It appears that the werewolves have been working with the northern forces for quite some time.
this is... I don't believe it!
Princess, what's the matter?
This is Kaito's armor. I can't believe I'm finding it in a place like this.
Kaito?
A mercenary we could always rely on. He put his life on the line for Landsheim, fighting on the front lines. Well, I strongly doubt that he was killed by Sion Regro.
How did he die then?
I'd always heard that Kaito acted as a decoy to allow his men to escape and fought to his last breath. No matter how brave he was no match for their numbers.
Zephi, Kaito's death is regrettable, but if not for his sacrifice, many more would have died that day.
I know. There was no other choice. Juto, this is our reality. On the battlefield, death is always right by our side. But you mustn't die. You have to live.
Yeah.
Will you take Kaito's armor?
Huh?
Kaito was a warrior who bravely faced even sentinels. He is no longer with us, but I'd like his torch to be passed on to you. That is, if you are ready to receive it.
I understand.
It looks pretty good on you.
It does, I guess.
I'm sure Kaito is very happy right now.
Use this sword, too. It's a fine blade.
Melissa.
We've finished exterminating the werewolves. Let's head back to Abazet.
Our mission is complete.
Well, I guess we could take it easy here for a while longer. It doesn't look like the princess is quite ready yet.
Today has been difficult for her. Every piece of plunder represents a dead soldier.
Being a princess who leads a Southern Forces unit is probably pretty tough.
Well, in that case, she shouldn't have started this war in the first place. I mean, she's fighting to retake her throne, right?
What are you talking about? It was that bastard Shuenzite that started it. He assassinated the previous queen, and then sent sentinels after anyone who spoke out against him. If the Southern Forces hadn't been on Highwind Island, it would have fallen victim to the sentinels long ago.
Oh, come on. The Southern Forces were useless. Face it, in the end, they abandoned Highwind Island.
Are you saying that was the princess's fault? Listen, pal, it's because of the princess that you're alive right now. If it was me, I wouldn't be babysitting some self-centered jerk who was spouting crap about getting revenge. The princess tries to shoulder the burden for everything herself. She'd feel the same even if you hadn't said it was the Southern Forces' fault. I lost everything I had because of the Northern Forces too, but I didn't try to blame it on someone else like you do. It's her own undeniable sense of responsibility that causes her to lead a frontline unit with no regard of the danger.
Zephy is desperately trying to end this war, which is why the burden that bears her down is commensurately heavy. She herself was the one who suffered the most over the fact that we couldn't save Highwind Island.
Everyone, don't be too hard on Juto.
Princess.
I failed to save the island. I failed to fulfill my responsibilities as princess. Juto has every right to criticize me harshly.
What are you saying?
Come, let's go home to Abazet. What did you think of your first mission? Was it difficult?
Yes.
For us, this is just another ordinary day. You'll need to get used to it quickly.
I understand. I couldn't look at her. I couldn't look Zephy in the eye. I just stared at her back, which seemed so lonely. I was just a kid who was drunk on his own circumstances.
Wow, Juto, way to be a huge dick. Luckily, he gets a lot better as the game goes on, so don't worry. This is just the beginning. Now that we've defeated the Werewolf Boss, Juto gets himself a sweet set of armor, and he also gets himself a real sort of sword. And at this point, if you have downloaded the DLC package for weapons, you will be able to get your hands on Juto's weapons as well, which, as you can see, gives you a ridiculous advantage at this point in the game if you wanted to just blow through it. But I'm just going to keep Kaito's sword on him for now, which is going to help a lot. After the boss has been defeated, you can untie the guild hostage. We had heard about this guy a little bit earlier. We were ordered to come and untie him, and once he's freed, we can go back to the Merchants Guild in Abazet and claim our reward. And that will effectively finish up this quest. So that's great. Once the werewolves have been cleared out, they pretty much evacuate this place entirely and you won't see them anymore. However, the place will be infested with claw beasts, so watch yourself on the way out. I'm just double checking to make sure that there aren't any more treasure chests that we missed, although I don't think that there are. Never hurts to look though. It's kind of a neat little area. Pretty wide open. I don't see where they would be keeping all this plunder, but I guess it's doesn't need to really be there. You just have to imagine that it's there. Maybe that's why it's so empty and open, is just that they had to have a place to hide all of their booty. And hopefully, now that we've defeated the werewolves, the Southern Forces will have a little bit more of an advantage. And as you can see, now that we have Kaito's sword equipped, Juto does a lot more damage. About 20 or 30 more damage than he would normally do. And so if you do plan on doing a little bit more grinding, then that is definitely going to be of some help. I'm gonna go rest and save at this pillar once again, and in the next video, we will make our way over towards Abazet. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.